Today, I'm here to talk about self care during a financial crisis because when the world around you gets uncertain, we have to focus on what we can control. And if the new US tariff policies have given you a gnawing sense of anxiety in your gut, you're not alone. In fact, you're one of the 80% of Americans worried about daily life getting more expensive, from the clothes you put on your back to the gas you pump in your car. And the internet has given this feeling a name: tariff anxiety. And it's an insidious mix of economic panic, financial stress, and existential anxiety. And while we're busy protecting our assets and revising our budgets, we might miss one crucial detail. A financial crisis hurts more than just our bank account. It can really impact our mental health. Our mental equilibrium is a carefully balanced system of five core elements, and an economic downturn can disturb every single one of them in different ways. So stick around because I'm going to give you a solid two-step plan you can follow, no matter what income bracket you belong to, that's going to help you feel internally stable in a time of large-scale external instability. I'm Jourdan Travers. I'm a licensed clinical psychotherapist. Let's get into it. It's simpler to quantify how life is going to get harder practically during a financial crisis, but it's nearly impossible to do so for our emotions. For instance, one of the biggest fears during such a time is losing your job. A survey of 5,000 frontline workers by HCM platform, UKG, reveals that more than half, 52%, fear tariffs will lead to layoffs, while three quarters, 74%, believe that these policies will impact their future earnings. So, the practical side, the dent job loss can make is that your budget will shrink, you'll start penny pinching and compromising your lifestyle. You'll probably have to dip into your savings or emergency fund or potentially take on more debt. But the toll job loss takes on your psyche, it might be even greater. And here's how. Research divides our mental well being into five distinct pillars. And in the case of losing your job, the pillar of affective well being or your emotional well being is the first to crumble. Research shows a direct causal link between job loss and depression. The pillar of competence or confidence in your abilities goes next. When you lose your job, you also lose precious time you could have spent working on yourself and your professional skill set. The pillars of autonomy and aspiration often fall together. The ones who lose their job feel trapped in unemployment and shrivel into survival mode. And the few left in offices get buried under heavier workloads and job insecurity, killing any desire they had to achieve bigger goals. And when all these chips are down, your capacity for integrated, functioning, making your thoughts, emotions, and actions work together collapses. You bite off more than you can chew, and your sense of self scatters, bit by painful bit. So, how do you survive a financial crisis with your mental health in one piece? Well, you listen to the experts. During my research for this video, I read a fair amount about what the experts had to say about protecting oneself through economic chaos. And one line came up over and over again: focus only on what you can control. And if it's good enough for the number crunchers, it's good enough for me. And research confirms this too. When your bank account hemorrhages, so does your emotional tank. We can't feel better emotionally when we are feeling financially precarious. Just like your financial reserve, your emotional reserve is a valuable and finite resource. And if you want to weather a financial storm, you have to make some hard decisions. And it starts with the first step of my two-step plan to survive an economic emotional crisis. De-invest from areas that don't give you returns. We all have these emotional investments in our lives, and a difficult chapter in your life, say a financial crisis, can be a powerful litmus test that reveals to you the people, interests, habits, and beliefs that drain your mental health on a daily basis. You may need to be able to tolerate them when life is stable, but when uncertainty rises, your patience runs low. Trust me when I say this is the right time to cut your losses. The people in your life who take more than they give, the alarmist relative who forces you to panic buy, the friend who ghosts you when you ask for them for what they owe you, or the coworker who vents to you all the time but never returns the favor, you need to put these investments on hold, if not pull out from them completely. Then Come to the investments that promise big returns but fail to give you joy. So your default on your payments, like the gym subscription that never gets used but reminds you every month of your disdain for weight training. Another major resource you invest every day, often without consideration, is your attention. Unsubscribe, unfollow, and block out pages from your social media that will inevitably indulge in fear mongering and spreading fake news to grab extra eyeballs. You're already under immense pressure. You don't need poorly referenced and ill researched information clouding your sense of judgment. Research also confirms that scams and financial fraud thrive in financial instability. Do not let your fear and vulnerability get the best of you. While there are precautions you can take, there is no way to recession proof your bank account or portfolio. And finally, do your own personal hygiene audit and ask yourself, do I have any habits that cost me my mental and honestly admit to whatever comes up, from bed rotting to smoking, whatever it is, sit with it. If there was ever a moment to stop investing your precious resources in these habits, it's now. Once you've plugged the drains on your mental health, the next step is to invest that energy into healthier, more fulfilling choices. That's step two. Invest in areas that enrich you and don't cost a penny. We've all heard of a rainy day fund, but we have another untapped resource in our lives that pays us dividends all the time: our rainy day people. Give your time and energy to people who give you sound advice, who calm you down when you're nervous and don't feel like an obligation. If you're haunted by a fear of job loss, focus on upskilling yourself through free workshops and short courses that will build your pillar of competence. And finally, invest in hobbies and habits that ground you in the present, make you feel abundant, and spark your creativity, and which cost you $0. Many people turn to slower and softer hobbies during a time of unrest, like gardening and writing and reading. Listen to me. I understand that the pressures of a financial crisis are about money first and your mind second. But think about how much worse off your decision making capacity would be if you were losing your money as well as your mind. It is in your best interest to gain control and composure through times of financial anxiety, where a wrong decision could cost you a lot more than usual. And if you think you might need external support at this time, don't hesitate to book a session with me. My booking link is in the description. Our goal at Awake Therapy is to make mental health resources accessible to as many people as possible through fair pricing and a transparent pay as you go policy. No subscriptions, no hidden costs. I'm Jourdan Travers. I'm the clinical director at Awake Therapy, and I'll see you on the other side.